Today, we're delving into the story of one of the most famous and infamous jewels in the entire world, the Kohinoor Diamond. Its name means Mountain of Light, but you'll see its history is filled with an awful lot of darkness, conflict, and a pretty deadly curse.
So let's just dive right in. The story really starts with this massive, modern-day international dispute. You've got India, Pakistan, Iran, and Afghanistan, all in a diplomatic tug-of-war with the United Kingdom over this one priceless stone, which, right now, is sitting in the Tower of London.
But this is so much more than just a political fight. The whole thing is wrapped up in this centuries-old legend of a deadly curse. A curse that has apparently followed this diamond through history, leaving, believe it or not, a trail of fallen empires and dead kings in its wake.
Okay, so to really understand the conflict today, you first have to get a handle on the myth that basically defines the Kohinoor. This isn't just a piece of jewelry. For centuries, people have seen it as a harbinger of doom. The superstition, which was first written down in a Hindu text way back in 1306, is chillingly specific. It basically warns that any man who owns the diamond will know all its misfortunes. Only God or a woman can wear it safely. For any male ruler, it's pretty much a death sentence for his power and maybe even his life.
Now, what's really fascinating here is that the story doesn't start with a curse at all. It actually begins with the discovery of just, unparalleled beauty in ancient India. So, around the year 1306, in what was then the world's only known diamond mining region, miners found this extraordinary stone. Its first owners that we know of, the Kakatiya dynasty, didn't see it as a jewel for a king, but as a divine object. They actually placed it in a temple as the eye of their goddess. And just to give you an idea of how magnificent this thing was, you have to appreciate its size. In its original, uncut form, the Kohinoor was a staggering 793 carats. That is over 158 grams of a perfectly colorless, D-grade diamond. We're talking the highest purity possible. Just incredible. But, as you can probably guess, the diamond didn't stay safe in the temple. It soon began this violent, 500-year journey, leaving a trail of collapsed empires in its wake, just like the legend said it would. The first to fall? The Delhi Sultanate. Its ruler, Alauddin Khilji, invaded the Kakatiya kingdom and took all their treasures, including the diamond. And almost immediately things just fell apart. Khilji died, his general was assassinated, and the whole dynasty collapsed into total chaos. Later, the gem finds its way into the hands of the mighty Mughal Empire. But, you guessed it, the curse appeared to strike again. While he had the diamond, Emperor Humayun was defeated in battle, driven from his throne, and forced to flee into exile. It's actually during all this chaos that the diamond gets its famous name. When the Persian invader Nader Shah sacked Delhi, he very cleverly forced the defeated Mughal emperor to exchange turbans, because he knew the diamond was hidden inside. As this massive stone supposedly fell out, Nader Shah is said to have just gasped, Kohinoor, which means Mountain of Light. But claiming the Mountain of Light only brought him darkness. After taking the jewel back to Persia, Nader Shah's paranoia and cruelty just grew and grew. He was soon assassinated by his own officers, and his huge empire pretty quickly crumbled into dust. Eventually, the diamond made its way through Afghanistan and back to India, landing in the treasury of the powerful Sikh Empire in Punjab. And it's right here that its journey takes its most controversial turn yet. So the curse seemed to hit the Sikh Empire with just brutal efficiency. After its powerful ruler Ranjit Singh died, his male heirs were killed one after another in a really violent succession crisis. This chaos was the perfect opening for the British East India Company to step in, defeat the weakened empire, and then force the new king, a 10-year-old boy named Dalip Singh, to sign the Treaty of Lahore, giving the diamond to Queen Victoria. And it seems the curse followed the diamond to Britain. In this completely bizarre coincidence, on the very day the ship carrying the Kohinoor docked in England, the Prime Minister Robert Peel was thrown from his horse and killed. And on that same day, Queen Victoria was attacked by a man with an iron cane.
Now remember that massive 793-carat stone, the one that was famous for its unique shape and incredible history? Well, get this. Prince Albert, Queen Victoria's husband, was apparently disappointed by how it looked. He ordered it to be recut to improve its sparkle, and that decision was an absolute disaster. The historic stone was shattered and ground down to just 105.6 carats, losing almost 87% of its weight and destroying its legendary original form forever.
And that brings us right up to today, where the diamond's violent past has sort of morphed into this really complex diplomatic battle. The era of conquests might be over, but the fight for the Kohinoor is definitely not.
So you've got this four-way diplomatic standoff. India's claim is pretty simple. The diamond was discovered there and taken by force, a symbol of colonial plunder. Pakistan argues that the treaty was signed in Lahore, the heart of the Sikh Empire, which is now their territory. Iran points to the fact that a Persian ruler gave the diamond its name, and it was once part of their treasury. And Afghanistan notes it was in their possession for a long time too. Against all of this, Britain just stands firm, arguing the Treaty of Lahore makes their ownership perfectly legal.
So, with all the legal routes being pretty much a dead end, the diamond stays locked away in the Tower of London, and its future is just as uncertain and contested as its past.
And believe it or not, the curse narrative is still going strong today. A lot of people point out that after Britain got the Kohinoor, the British Empire, the empire on which the sun never set, began its slow, inevitable decline. Some people even link modern royal family misfortunes to the stone's continued presence in the crown jewels.
Which really leaves us with a final, pretty provocative question. What does the Kohinoor truly represent today? Is it a priceless cultural treasure, a blood-soaked colonial trophy, or maybe it's just a cursed object whose legend is still unfolding? Its final chapter is definitely still waiting to be written.